Welcome back. Here's some great news for local films. The National Film and Video Foundation has joined forces with Netflix in a 28 million rand deal that will produce 6 South African feature films. Let's find out more about this incredibly exciting development, joined by the foundation's CEO, Makhosazana Khanyile. Makhosazana, good morning to you. It's an incredible investment, not just the money, but also to have the backing of Netflix for local films. Congratulations. How did we get this right, and what are we going to do with it?
Thank you, and thanks for having me this morning. So the partnership really came about as our response to our COVID-19 riddled industry. As you would know, productions were halted last year, and there was quite a lot of disruptions globally and locally as well, obviously. And so when we were looking at how best to assist our filmmakers locally and looking at the constraints from a financial perspective of having to raise additional funds, we came up with the idea of funding at 100%, which the foundation doesn't really do. And we then reached out to Netflix to say, if we're going to invest into these films, then they obviously need a platform to be hosted on. And Netflix were very open to having negotiations, and that's how the partnership came about. And it is, a 50-50 partnership that is really looking also to unearth new talent. And, it's the commitment, I think, shown in local talent, local storytelling and creativity by Netflix that I think has given us quite a lot of encouragement to say what else is possible. And hopefully this is just the start in what will no doubt be a long-term partnership.
I'm certainly hoping so. I'm sure many producers and production people are hoping the same thing. So these 6 South African films, Makhosazana, that we're talking about, as you say, being agreed to, are they in the making or have they been made? And how is that selection being made as to who gets that funding and who makes those films?
Sure. So we've just announced the partnership, and the call will be open from the 1st of April until the 7th of May. So it's like a 5-week period where our film practitioners will have the opportunity to apply. They can go onto the NFVF website and use an online portal for their entries. And the selection process really, in terms of how the partnership is broken down, is that there's 4 films that will be made at a budget of 4 million, and then 2 films at a budget of 6 million. And the 2 films at a budget of 6 million will be looking at more established producers, and the 4 films at 4 million will be looking at emerging producers and directors, looking at women and youth. And so the selection process will be inclusive of both Netflix and the NFVF, looking at the criteria that we have established in terms of who qualifies. All local or rather South African producers stand in line for qualifying for this. And also it would help if they've produced a feature or 2 previously. And I think more importantly, we're really looking at stories that have the ability to travel, because they will be on the Netflix platform, open to global audiences. So the creativity is all the more important. But that decision will be made jointly. And at this stage, it's just Netflix and the NFVF that are in the partnership. But no doubt, as the production starts, will open themselves up to all kinds of other ancillary sponsorships.
I have no doubts, considering the quality that we produce in this country, Makhosazana, that Netflix is going to sign on for many more films and many more years. Congratulations to you and your organization for securing this. Makhosazana Khanyile is CEO of the National Film and Video Foundation. For those producers in this country that have been struggling, a 28 million rand injection, a collaboration between National Film and Video Foundation and Netflix, producing 6 South African feature films. So if you're a producer, maybe you want to get on the website and see if you can't get in there.